Recently you gave one test. No? One paper I got.
You only, I think you only check.
I'm only checking. No, nobody else. No.
I could see yours.
Hmm? So this time no. Now it's ending. I was having lot of expectation on you. Beginning onwards, I was telling, no, you were doing very nicely. But in the middle, something happened.
No, actually, it's just exams, and then after that, the qualification, I was out of town. I wasn't coming.
You were coming for this one, no, physics class, and after
Morning class, I did not come.
morning physics class, you were there. I saw that physics.
Only once.
Huh?
Only once I came. After that, I went out of town.
But mobile you give. Array. I'm not array.
Ma'am, I'm sitting here.
No, you give only.
Ma'am, today what are we doing?
Geography. I thought about the geography, sorry, history, but it is given in the schedule.
So I have got a stop.
Geography only, no? And we were doing
What?
we were doing that pressure and
Atmospheric pressure and
atmospheric. कृषि को क्या हुआ?
आज
कुछ नहीं हुआ ना?
तो फिर विंड से चालू करें.
हाँ.
Winds.
You, what happened? What happened? You are asking me. I don't have anything. Where were you? So many classes you also missed.
I had to go in the afternoon.
Eh?
I had to go out in the afternoon.
No, before that also. Hey, marker.
Ma'am, it's not marker.
Marker type would be very interesting.
And see signature.
Okay. Previous part, if any doubt is there, that which is over, you can ask. Then we will proceed. Winds also we have defined. I draw the diagram and then. Yes. I compelled you to draw the diagram.
Page number. Page number 120.
Permanent winds I told. Monsoon I told. Direction of wind is northeast in the northern hemisphere, southeast.
We completed this. We have to start from winds.
Winds only I told.
Winds तो तुम कहाँ से बोल रहे हो? कहाँ से बोल रहे हो? Winds से start करें. मैम भी तो वही बोल रही है. मैम वो नहीं बोल रही है. पागल है वहाँ वही बोल रही है.
Okay. Now, what is the chapter name?
Atmospheric pressure.
Okay. If you want, that is just beginning that what is that video?
Yes.
Just temperature and all. Any doubt is there? No, I am asking for near the.
I just go.
You just go through fast.
Nothing much short.
No.
Air pressure also you just keep a small this one. Balloon and all. Can you tell? Second. Because you have to carry. Can you see? You are the right. It will go.
Something one shot.
No.
One shot in lines. Yeah, something also good.
Good.
Take it just to see.
It's a poem.
Yeah. English one.
One shot, something one shot.
I'll give you one shot later.
Then you just take, bring it down. Let it pour your.
Atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. Down. Down.
This,
Yeah.
they took them.
Why?
Again.
They did not see, no.
Skin
Types of wind. Wait. This one. Wind
Yes.
system and types of wind. Oh, it's very big.
Never mind.
Ma'am, reach out.
Coriolis system. Yes.
This, that one.
this was done. It is done now, but these people were not there. Now when the plus one is saying completed, how much is done?
3 minutes 18 seconds.
Over now, back. Eh? Afterwards, you just Hmm. Okay. Now, those who did not draw this one diagram, that is temperature zones we have studied. That is, this part is called the torrid zone.
Yeah, that is.
This part is temperate zone, and this one is frigid zone. So, related to that temperature, pressure is there. If temperature is high, pressure is low. Understood? So in the torrid zone, what is happening? Temperature, pressure is low. So that is why this region is called a equatorial low pressure. You just draw and then write this one. Based on that only wind direction we can study. Draw. Where is it? Nothing. I didn't get it. Forgot the word. Rough book is there. It is very essential. Then only direction you can study. You take your book. You have drawn. Take it.
What?
So, no book is with you. Any rough book that is one page, you just take and draw.
I have a school maxi.
Ah. Yes. Yeah. You just take now. That day also I have brought the paper and given to you. In your book, nothing is there. Huh?
I see the video on the
See, video, this one is not there. We are.
I'm recording on the lecture is there. See.
What is it? You take it. Then only you can understand. Okay, you tell me what are winds? What are winds? Horizontal movement of air. So that movement of air is taking place in different ways. That is, air currents are rising up. We have learned in the insulation type. Insulation is in what ways? Insulation is in what? No, that what wave? That is, we have learned about the short waves and long waves. Which one is that? Insulation, long waves. Then radiation, short waves. Wait, we have to check it 1 second. I have.
It becomes long.
Troposphere, stratosphere, insulation.
It becomes
Incoming
short.
solar radiation, it travels in short waves. Insulation is in short waves. That is what I told. And radiation is in long waves. You have to keep in mind. Okay? Insulation is in short waves and terrestrial radiation is in long waves. You have to practice to write big answers. 3 times that 5 questions that objective type. Huh? You have to learn. 10 standard, 30 types of question and learn so much you have to write. Yeah? Now, what horizontal movement? See, sometimes when the insulation, that is incoming solar radiation, when it is coming, heat the surface and then it is going back. So this incoming is in short waves. This outgoing is in long waves. We have learned. So this way, what is happening when this insulation and the terrestrial radiation, when it is taking place, what is happening? Air currents are rising up. So that is a normal phenomena. It is rising up. That is a normal phenomena. But what is this horizontal movement? Because of that pressure exerted on that body, this is moving. That movement is called winds. It is moving not just upward, it is horizontal movement. So wind is always horizontal. Clear? Wind movement is what? Ian, tell me. Horizontal movement. Now, on the basis of that, there are different types of winds. See, there are certain winds which blow throughout the year. That winds are called permanent winds. What is it called? Permanent winds. These winds are blowing throughout the year. Most of the time, the direction of these winds are also same. So, what is that? One of such wind is called a trade winds. One of the permanent wind is called a permanent winds. What is that trade wind? Trade wind is a permanent wind. Its direction is also same. What is the direction? Always the wind blow from high pressure region to low pressure. What is the direction? High pressure to low pressure. Now you see that where is that high pressure in the southern hemisphere? Tell me. This is subtropical high pressure. Subtropical high pressure to equatorial low pressure. What is the direction? Subtropical high pressure to equatorial low pressure. You just underline. If you are not writing, underline. Subtropical high pressure to equatorial low pressure. You also write. Write it all. It is not for drawing. You have pen, no? So one is that the wind direction is always from high pressure to low pressure. In the southern hemisphere, it is from subtropical high pressure to equatorial low pressure. And here also, in the northern hemisphere also.
I'm sleeping.
Very good. Thanks. So, in the northern hemisphere also there is a subtropical high pressure. So, what is happening here in this southern hemisphere? Its direction is southeasterly. Okay, what is the direction in the southern hemisphere? Southeasterly. And in the northern hemisphere, it is northeasterly. Got it? Are you getting? Make it register in your brain. No need to by heart. If the direction you are remembering, next year that climate lesson also will be easy. This wind is there in the one compulsory, the 10th standard, what is there now? Some chapters, one chapter that 10 mark questions are there. Children used to select. So that way, climate lesson is there. You can select it for 10 mark. If you are understanding that base from here, next year it will be very easy. Okay. So what is the first type of permanent wind? It is from subtropical high pressure to equatorial low pressure. And in the southern hemisphere, what is its direction? Southeasterly. And in the northern hemisphere, what is the direction? Northeasterly. Only east you have to add. Northern hemisphere, northeasterly. Southern hemisphere, southeasterly. Got it very clear? It is a type of what wind? Permanent wind. And in the Asian continent, it is trade wind. And the trade wind, one of the example of the trade wind is monsoon. Monsoon is one of the trade wind. This much understood? Now, we are going to study about the second type of wind. What is that wind system? Planetary winds. No textbook. What is that? Yes, permanent winds, the trade winds. Okay, you just do one thing. You start from here that types of winds. Page number 129. Yes. Start first reading.
The winds which blow throughout the year from one latitude to the other in response to the latitudinal differences in air pressure are known as permanent or prevailing or planetary winds.
So what is the other name? Permanent winds. What is the other name? Prevailing. Then planetary. This much is clear. That is having that is same direction, permanent direction, and throughout the year it is flowing. Now,
Certain winds reverse their direction periodically with season and are called periodic winds. There are certain winds in different parts of the world which blow in comparatively small area and have a special characteristics. These are called local winds.
see here, three things are mentioned. One is that it changes its direction during a particular season. I have told one example, monsoon. Monsoon is such a wind which changes its direction. What is the normal direction? Southeasterly direction. And due to some changes, that is Coriolis force, I have told you to see that one. Coriolis force, it changes its direction. It becomes southwesterly only during that time. Understood? Monsoon, we are getting rainfall through monsoon. That time, this same wind changes its direction, deflects its direction. It becomes southwesterly. That is what you have seen. Got it? Its direction is this one, southeasterly. Then what happened due to the Coriolis effect, it becomes like this. It becomes southwesterly. Got it clear? Then there are certain winds which are called local winds. It blow only for a small period of time. That is also one type of wind, local winds. We know that sea breeze and land breeze. Only particular time it is blowing, and also locally. It is not full country or that full region. It is blowing locally. They are called the local winds. This much is clear? Yes? Yes, Krishna? Are you here? Physically and mentally? Okay. Yeah? No. He is physically here. Huh? Mentally somewhere. Where are you? Huh?
Here.
Here only? Then you have to. Yes, yes, continue. I heard. Okay. Continue. You read the next part. Permanent winds, the trade winds. The winds blowing from the subtropical high pressure area 30° north and south towards the equatorial low pressure belt are the extremely steady winds known as the trade winds. The name trade comes from the German word trade meaning track. To blow trade means to blow steadily. Underline that point. It originates from the German word trade, which means track. It is having a permanent track. To blow steadily in the same direction and in a constant course. North and south of the equatorial belt are the trade winds in the zone lying between 5° and 30° north and south. In other words, they cover almost the entire area between 30° north and 30° south latitudes on both sides of the equator. The trade winds are a result of the pressure gradient from
the subtropical belt of high pressure to the equatorial belt of low pressure. In the northern hemisphere, the wind moving towards the equator is deflected by the Earth's rotation to flow southwestward. Thus, the prevailing wind there is from the northeast, and it has been named as the northeast trade. In the southern hemisphere, the deflection of the wind is towards the left. This causes the southeast trades. Trade winds bring heavy rainfall to the eastern coast of the continents lying within the tropics. On the western coast of the continents, these winds do not bring any rainfall. It is because here they are offshore winds or winds blowing just parallel to the shores. Therefore, the western areas within the tropics suffer from aridity. The great deserts of Sahara, Kalahari, Atacama, and the great Australian deserts all lie on the western margins of the continent.
Why these all deserts are on the western margins of the continent? Why?
Because the trade winds do not give
Give rainfall. You underline that part? That kind of question will be board is asked. You are not able to find it and mark. Have you marked it? You Prersure. You just read page number 151 of your listening. This part. That dates you have to underline. Equinoxes and all you have learned in that second lesson. Second lesson.
When the sun is overhead,
Rotation.
That dates you have.
Rotation and revolution.
21st June, the pressure belt shifts 5 degrees upwards and when it shines vertically overhead of Tropic of Capricorn, 22 December.
So on Tropic of Cancer, which day? 21st June. See, I'll tell you one more thing. See, every day if you are taking that the temperature, that sun rays, that is when it is reaching directly on the earth, the surface is heated after 3 hours. If you are telling that the direct overhead sunlight is there at the 12 o'clock, the maximum heat you are experiencing by 2:30 to 3 o'clock. Have you ever gone out during that time? Yes. 3 o'clock. It's very hot because the atmosphere is heated through the heated surface. So it will take a time gap of 3 hours. The same way, what is that in March that the sun is directly overhead in the Tropic of Cancer. But we are experiencing which day? 21st June. That is the time gap. That means every day if you are taking 2.5 hours, it will take almost 3 months to make that heat to be experienced. Did you understand that difference? Every day that heated surface make that atmosphere to heated about 3 hours. Exactly 3 hours we are not telling, but still almost 2.5 to 3 o'clock when you are going out, we are that is coming out from our head office to come to the branches. That type of unbearable heat. So that heat is the from the heated surface. So if March is the maximum heat day, that is experienced in the month of June only. That is 3 hours gap is there. That is why in the northern hemisphere it is June 21st. And the southern hemisphere, what is the day? 22nd December. That time northern hemisphere is having winters. And the southern hemisphere is having summers. Have you marked the dates? Okay, next.
The shifting of the pressure belts causes seasonal changes in the climate, especially between latitude 30 degrees and 40 degrees. In both hemispheres, then in this region the particular type of climate is experienced
No. The previous part it is there. No?
because of shifting of permanent winds southward and northward with the overall position of the sun.
It's not there. It is there. Where? Which page?
Shifting of, yeah, it's there.
During winter, westerlies prevail and cause rain. During summer, dry trade wind blow offshore and are unable to be meaningful in this region. When the sun shines vertically over the equator on the 21st March and 23rd September,
Got
the
it?
equinox
21st March and 23rd September. These are the days of equinoxes.
the pressure will remain.
So, but experiencing on June 21st and December 20th. September, October, October, November, December. So that is the difference. It's getting you mark it. Shifting of pressure belt only that. Is it clear? Now let's come back to that. Next point, Coriolis effect is what is next after completing that one? The
Characteristics of
eh?
characteristics of radios.
Okay. Characteristics of trade winds. Trade. What? Characteristics of trade winds. After completing that one, yes, yes. That points you have to underline. What are the characteristics? Read it.
They blow from subtropical high pressure to low pressure.
So from where that what is the direction? First point. What is that? Is subtropical high pressure to equatorial low pressure. That is the first point. Learn now itself by heart. Then afterwards, no need to learn again. Second point.
First
Point only, no? That one.
That was introduction.
First.
Since their warm winds, they pick up moisture and are responsible for heavy rainfall on eastern sides of tropical lands.
Which side it is giving rainfall?
Eastern side.
Eastern side. Why? It is warm. Its direction is northeasterly and southeasterly. So eastern margins it give rainfall. Got it? Third.
Second. They are called northeast trades in the northern hemisphere and southeast winds and pressure belts move from east, north, and south along the movement of over and south. Third, they have fixed velocity and are regular.
So fixed velocity. What is velocity? Speed of the wind. Okay. The velocity, fixed velocity and are regular. It is not like that. It is coming like a cyclone. It is having regularly. I'll tell you why this thing Indian monsoon is that. I have written that monsoon. No? India is getting rainfall through monsoon. One minute. Monsoon is derived from the Arabic word mousi. Mousi. Arabic word. So earlier, when Arabs used to come to India regularly for trade purpose, so they used to come through ships. And that time, ships were not like modern ships. They were having sails. Have you heard about that? Mats like that. According to the wind only it moved. So when they were coming, they realized one particular change. That particular season, that wind is in a particular direction. They constantly observed this and gave the name monsoon or monsoon. Okay, so it is changing. We have seen that its direction is southeasterly, but it is suddenly turning its direction. So that direction change they have observed because of the continuous travel from Arabia to India or Persian region to India. That is why these winds are known as monsoon winds. Got it clear? Continue.
They are permanent or prevailing winds.
So what type of wind it is that? Permanent or prevailing winds. Now, next type of wind is
Westerlies.
you read first.
The westerlies or prevailing westerly winds blow between 25 degrees and 60 degrees north and south latitude, which is subtropical high pressure winds towards the subpolar low pressure winds.
So what is that? Here, high pressure to low pressure we have studied. Now, this one is subpolar, which belt? Subtropical high pressure to subpolar low pressure. Isn't it? Westerlies direction is what? Tell. You read just now. What is the direction?
Southwest to northeast.
Southwest to
Northeast.
What is the direction? That one we have seen subtropical high pressure to subpolar low pressure. So here the direction is subtropical high to subpolar low. Just write if you are not this thing marking or like that. Don't sit like that. You can learn it. The direction is subtropical high to subpolar low. Every time the wind direction is from high pressure to low pressure. So here we have seen subtropical high to equatorial low pressure. Now here both the areas, next is that high pressure to low pressure. So that is, what is the direction? Southwest to northeast. Got it? You also marked, no? You? Continue.
In the northern hemisphere, the westerlies generally blow from the southwest to northeast, and in the southern hemisphere from the northwest to southeast. These are onshore winds.
Northwest to
Southeast.
southeast. This is in the southern hemisphere. This is in the northern hemisphere. This is a short way to learn. In the northern hemisphere, what is the direction? Southwest to northeast, and in the southern hemisphere, northwest to southeast. Completed?
Offshore winds on the east coast. The onshore winds bring rainfall, while the offshore winds do not bring rainfall. Characteristics of westerlies.
See, one thing, offshore and onshore. What is the meaning of offshore and onshore? Yes, Krishi, tell me. What is offshore and onshore? This I am just telling. This one is sea. This part is that land part. Land. So, sea to land is what? Onshore. Sea to land onshore. Okay. Then
Land to sea.
land to sea is got it? Land breeze or sea breeze, like that only it is. What are the characteristics?
They blow from subtropical high pressure to subpolar low. They are very
What is that? Subtropical high pressure to subpolar low. I have written.
They are very strong winds and often blow from the western side of landmass. They are interspersed by cyclones and cause light drizzle.
So sometimes they are mixed with cyclones. Because of that, sometimes some rainfall occurs, sometimes drizzles occur. What is the difference between drizzle and rainfall?
Drizzle is slowly.
Very
Very
low. Yes. Okay. Just shall I give over or
We
not?
are stronger in the southern hemisphere as there is a great absence of landmass.
Why these western lights are stronger in the southern hemisphere?
What?
Why western lights are stronger in the southern hemisphere? Yes, tell. There is no landmass or hardly any landmass. You see that map if you see the can you take a map? A map class is also left. That one you have to practice. Don't miss any class further. Map no 10 mark.
You done?
Huh?
You are done.
No. One class little that he was having exams. You got your mark. Yeah. How much? You don't know. World map, not in Navi Mumbai. World map.
World.
See, when you take a southern hemisphere,
Yes.
up, what do you take? No. See, after that equator, this can be that marking that middle. Southern hemisphere, how many landmasses are there?
This is equator.
Yes, you don't know. No.
Yes, it is equator.
So it is not. Yes, it's equal.
Yes, it's equator. India has a tropic of Capricorn here. Somewhere.
Capricorn, no, Tropic of Cancer.
Oh, yeah, Cancer of one.
Wait. India.
India, see. Tropic of Cancer somewhere here, and this is equator.
Yes, here.
Yeah.
So, in the southern hemisphere, what landmass is left out? Australia is there, part of that, Africa is there, part of South America is there. Very less landmass only. But most of the landmass is in the northern hemisphere. So, in the absence of landmass, what is the peculiarity? The wind is stronger, the slides are strong. Got the point clear? Back.
Now, this is satellite view. This is see from here.
Okay. Landmass, this much landmass only. Australia is the parts of Africa, parts of Latin America or South America. Okay. So, most of the landmass, maximum landmass is in the northern hemisphere. Because of that, wind is strong.
Ma'am, guess this country. Guess this country.
Islam, India, no, country.
This way,
I say road.
Wait. Yeah.
yes.
Nah,
Or Arabic country.
It looks Muslim, so Pakistan.
It's ma'am, see somewhere there. Wait, see somewhere there. See there. Yeah.
He doesn't want you.
Yeah. Now guess this country. Guess this
Africa.
country.
तू तो देख रहा है
Ma'am, guess this country. Why? Guess this country. See this and guess this country. See this.
It is written Maraba.
Is this the country?
No.
Domino's Pizza.
No.
चल
It's somewhere in Africa, so Nigeria.
It is
Yeah, it's
African country.
People's Comprehensive Academy.
Police. Okay.
Nigeria.
Because it is written.
आगे जा
Hero Honda.
घर में जा
Charging of
wholesale
Wholesale and retail.
और आगे जा
Yes. Come
Those
back.
are last. Oh, Nigerian people. और आगे जंप कर वो खत्म हो गया रास्ता पीछे नाइजीरिया एक पुलिस की गाड़ी यहाँ तक आ गई तो पागल लोग चल रहे थे उसके पीछे वो भी चल रहा है दिमाग लगा
Accident.
एक्सीडेंट ऑरेंज कितने रुपए का वो देख कैसे सोया है see this guy उसके पास सात्विक उसके पास जा सकते हैं उसके पास सात्विक हाँ और आगे पीछे है यहाँ पे बिजनेस सेंटर इंटरनेट सर्विस लीका सीक्रेट विक्टोरिया सीक्रेट की क्या बना दिया फोटोज देख नहीं देखना चाइना हाँ एग्जिट चाइना में बहुत कम प्लेस है ये क्या हो गया भाई ये कहाँ आ गया
Go to Singapore Universal Studios.
नो
Yes.
आगे जाके और आगे
Very, very common places.
Have you been?
this is oh Chinese people
We have been.
they are drinking tequila
Tequila's one.
Coca-Cola whiskey
अभी तक स्प्राइट कैसे
और थोड़ा
यस गिटार
bring it back
ये क्या खा रहे हैं
कीड़े मकोड़े
Fish and beef.
Yes, now polar history.
The winds that originate in the north and south polar regions and blow towards the circumpolar low pressure zone are known as polar winds.
So polar easterly lines are blowing from polar region. See here, both the hemispheres, it is high pressure region. Both, because temperature is low. So both this region here, the wind is blowing low towards the low pressure region. So eastern lines are that winds which are blowing from that polar high pressure to subpolar low pressure. Okay, continue.
They start from polar high pressure zone and originate from ice capped landmass in Arctic and Antarctic latitudes. In the northern hemisphere, they blow from northeast and are called northeast polar winds. And in the southern hemisphere, they blow from the southeast and are called the southeast polar winds.
Okay.
They are also reflected to the west in both hemispheres and are hence known as polar east lines.
Come here.
Get my book first. You took my book there.
Yes. So eastern lines are the winds which are blowing from the polar high pressure to subpolar low pressure region. It is also having easterly direction, northeasterly and southeasterly direction. But sometimes what it is happening, it is deflecting. Just like that monsoon winds, it gets deflected. Okay. What are the characteristics?
The characteristics of polar winds. They are very cold winds. They are also referred to as polar easterlies from the direction in which they blow. When they blow over oceans, they become warm.
When they blow over oceans, they become warm. Otherwise, they are cold winds. Got it? Now next turn is periodic winds.
Periodic winds blow at regular intervals or in regular cycles. They are winds that result from localized differences in pressure and temperature. For example, land and sea breeze and the seasonal winds.
Land and sea breeze and seasonal winds, they are originating according to the variations that time take place, that local variations. See, we know that today also, before noon it was very hot. By evening it started raining. So why this one? The heat, when more water vapor get evaporated, that get cooled and suddenly it come in the form of downpours. So this is what this variation give rise to periodic things. Got it? Ah. Land and sea breeze. Hmm. Yes, you did.
They are caused by differential rate of heating of land and sea.
Ah, 1 minute. Say which part is getting heated fast? Land or sea? Land get heated fast and get cooled also fast. You don't you throw it.
No, I didn't.
No. Ah. It is not having any rubber to jump. No?
Happens.